I don't want to be cannon fodder. That's what Russians have to say. Folks, Fernando doing another video for the Modern Survivalist, and this is straight out of the Moscow Times, independent news from Russia. And this is not just one piece. This is what you literally hear all over Russia. People just don't want to participate in this madness, and that's what you see time and again. Listen to what these guys have to say.
Я не поддерживаю, в общем, давайте так.
Сами готовы воевать?
Нет. Мне работать надо, семью содержать, а не воевать.
Категорически нет.
Почему?
Мир, потому что должен быть мир, и военное время сейчас вообще ни к чему.
Сами готовы воевать?
Нет. Не готов.
То есть это вредная, ненужная...
Это вредная, ненужная инициатива, конечно. В конце концов, мы живем в 21 веке. И я считаю, что все проблемы можно решать не военным путем. Как-то так.
Нет, не поддерживаю.
Anyway, you get the picture. Of course, people don't want. And there's some, to be honest, they do interview some, like this guy that says, well, it's my patriotic duty, I'm called to fight. And you will have some people that will go. Now, most of these folks are being forced. That's why you see images such as this one. Over 1,000 people detained in an anti-war protest, well, across Russia. Right, you see this happening. So it's a lot easier to just look the other way when it's a special military operation and it's professional soldiers fighting this, or actually mercenaries or people from our countries that are mercenaries working for Russia. Now, when you're being thrown into this meat grinder, then that's a different story. When and because especially at this point in the first few months, especially the typical conscripted Russian, he didn't even know where he was. He thought he was still in Belarus or still in Russia. They didn't even know they crossed the border. There's videos of some of these guys approaching the Russians and asking for directions. The Ukrainians approaching the Ukrainians and asking for directions because they're lost, and they're getting shot at because, of course, Ukrainians don't want them there, which is obvious. But a lot of these people were tricked into these first initial stage of the invasion. Now, the reality, though, is that this started a long time ago. Russia has been invading Ukraine since 2014. It's not just now. This means that there's not just people that had, picked up guns in Kiev in the middle of the invasion, trying to defend their homeland, but there's already people in the front line, especially. They've been at this for at least 8 years. So these guys are hardened soldiers fighting in their own homeland, which you can never underestimate. It happened to the United States, it happened to Russia as well. Kicked out of Afghanistan because when people just don't want you there, then you pretty much can't win that fight if they keep on fighting and they just refuse to give up. And especially when they have the support from the West, more or less trying to play both sides because you still need that Russian oil or gas or whatever the heck it is, and the economic aspect of all of this. But there's also the economic aspect of, military contracts are being signed at some level. Some of that money that is taken away from the average American so as to finance a lot of this ends up in actual freaking weapons that are blowing the crap out of Russians, which would be the case of the HIMARS rocket launchers. These things appear to be super effective and are blowing.
Deadly, and the Russians should fear the most important weapon. He says it's modern, precise, deadly, and the Russians should fear it.
Anyway, you get the idea. You have modern, state-of-the-art American equipment so as to use against the Russians that some of them don't even know where they are, and those that do know where they are, many of them don't even want to be there at all. Look at one of the conversations. You could say, oh, these things are propaganda. Look at how ridiculous this thing is. You just cannot make this crap up.
Алло, здравствуйте. Добрый день. Это Украина? Да, это Украина. СМС-ка пришла, говорит, если хотите сдаться, говорит, можете позвонить. Да, если хотите сдаться. Это куда надо вообще подъехать? Если вы воюете, вы же где-то находитесь в каком-то регионе? Ну да. Ну, подъедете как или что?
Come pick me up. How stupid is that?
Подъедем. Я просто говорю, нужно понимать, вы в каком регионе находитесь, действительно ли вы хотите сдаваться. Для этого мне нужны ваши данные, вы сбрасываете, я вас контактирую, и вы будете сдаваться, если есть желание.
Яйца резать не будете, говорю?
Но это ж вам только рассказывают, что там кто-то режет. Вы можете посмотреть, есть YouTube.
This is a lie that, you know, the people on top in command are telling the soldiers, the Russian soldiers, if you surrender, they will cut off your balls, they will rape you, they will kill you, so don't surrender, because if not, you'll be, you know, mutilated. So this is the desperation from the Russian command of, how do we stop these guys from just turning away, leaving, or just giving up?
Владимир Золкин есть блогер. И там он общается с пленными, пленные возвращаются, регулярно мы отдаем на обмен. Поэтому никто никого резать не будет, не переживайте.
А то мы так-то вообще особо не хотели сюда ехать. Приказом нас отправили. И вот думаем, что делать вообще.
Вот я что вам говорю, если у вас есть желание, вы можете сдаться, и таким образом вы поедете назад. Никто не режет, и вы понимаете, есть Женевская конвенция, есть понимание.
Anyway, you get the picture. It goes on, and it's not just conversations. There's footage of so many of these Russian soldiers just surrendering and saying we didn't want to come here in the first place. We don't even know where we are. And of course, as months go by, and people do realize that yes, there's an ongoing war, and yeah, you do know where you are, but we didn't even want to be here in the first place. So you have people that are super demoralized and have no reason to be invading another country. So you may have people that, yes, because of motherland Russia and because of spreading communism and rebuilding the Soviet Empire, I'm willing to die. Most non-crazy people don't think like that, even Russians. Now, I don't want to end this just, you know, with, oh, everyone is good. No, these people, there's a responsibility here. These people that now say, I don't want to be cannon fodder, sure, but you know what? You're the kind of people that supported this dictator for so long. And this is for everyone. When you look at Joe Biden, you know, you guys got that guy in office. When you look at Argentina and Cristina Kirchner, yes, that's the responsibility of Argentines. In Venezuela, Maduro, these dictators and these awful people are a representation of their population, of their country, of the culture of what you basically become. And you can tell me, you know, stolen elections. I have news for you. Every one of these elections, there's stolen votes all over the place. Now, when it's overwhelmingly, you know, repelled and people are so against it that even with the stolen votes, you just cannot enforce this on people. You just cannot get a Chavez, a Cristina Kirchner, a Putin, or a Joe Biden in office, then that's possible as well. But when people are still lukewarm or kind of not, when they have enough support to exist, these people, bastards, horrible people, dictator, murderers, you have those in any country. Now, who is it that allows these people to reach such levels of influence, of power in politics, reach, you know, presidency? It's our responsibility. So be smart. Don't sit on your ass when it's the time to vote. Go out there and do something in your own country, wherever that is. Folks, prepare, because things are definitely not getting any easy. When you have a rat like Putin that is cornered, he may do pretty much anything. He's been threatening with nuclear war. You don't know. Maybe he does something insane like throw a nuke in the middle of Ukraine. You know, the only thing keeping him from doing that is the idea that he would be blown to pieces by anyone in the West that has, you know, the potential to do that. And that may be a possibility as well. So that's the only thing keeping him in line of doing something just too stupid even for him. Folks, prepare while you still can. You have my books available in Amazon following the links below. Sweet survival skills for the practical aspect of survival and preparedness, especially self-defense, giving everything going on. You definitely want to take care of that. And surviving the economic collapse, the economic aspect of all of this insanity, especially with the inflation the way it is these days. You want to prepare for that as well. Over 1,000 reviews in Amazon. If you like the book, you know, just drop a review over there. Would be much appreciated. Would like to reach the 1,100 mark in reviews over there. See you on our next one. Take care.